back to a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. Hope this is finding you and yours doing well this weekend. My name is Petrilli, here with my friends at Fishman for a brand new episode of the Riff Rundown. This one is geared for my beginners today. So this one is for you. We're going to be learning All I Have to Do Is Dream by the Everly Brothers. So have your acoustic guitar. Let's go ahead and put it in standard tuning for today's lesson. And as always, you're enjoying these lessons I do here on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, including the RS Spectrum DI, I use it for every single one of the acoustic riff rundowns and every single one of my acoustic shows for the better part of 10 years, probably more. Awesome, awesome pedal. So I encourage you to go ahead and check it out in the link below. And as always, many of you ask how you can support me for these lessons I do here weekly on YouTube. I have a Bandcamp page with original music and merch, and I have an original band, Angela Petrilli and the Player. So I encourage you to check all of that stuff out. I have a Patreon page as well. So all of the links for all of that down below in the video description. So check that out. So before we get started, you know I like to ask questions. So please do let me know where you are tuning in from, and how about your favorite love song? Put in the comments. I want to know. Acoustic guitar, standard tuning. Let's have some fun today. Here is the Everly Brothers. All I Have to Do Is Dream. So we're going to learn this one today. Really beautiful, very fun song to play. Good one to have in our back pockets here. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to look at the intro, the verse, and the chorus, right? It's the same 4 chords. I am going to give you a few different ways to play these chords. The Everly Brothers did this too, and they played this live. So let's get right to it, shall we? So let's go ahead and look at the progression first. So we are in the key of E in this song. So we have E major, we have a C sharp minor with a G sharp in the bass. Okay, and then we have A to B7. So in the key of E, this would be called a 1-6-4-5 progression. Let's go ahead and look at that E chord. For those of you who don't know it, let me show you how to play it. So first 3 fingers here. Okay, first finger is going to be on the G sharp, first fret of the G string. Second finger, second fret of the A string, that is our B note. We are going to get our third finger, placing that on E, second fret of the D string. So with E major, the tonal centers we need for this chord are E, G sharp, and B, and all of them are present, the 1, 3, and the 5. All right, so that's what we've got. Strum all 6 strings. And there's your E chord, okay? So from there, we're gonna go to a bar chord here. This is going to be a C sharp minor over G sharp, okay? And all that means is the G sharp, in this case, the 5th is going to be in the bass. So really cool way to play this. We're gonna get our first finger here. I want you to place that across the 4th fret of all 6 strings. So just like this, and make sure we don't want our finger crooked or anything like that. We want it nice and straight. So use that fret as a guide, okay, to your finger. And we don't want it right on top of the fret. We want it just close enough without touching it, okay? So from there, we're gonna get our second finger. I want you to place this on the E note, 5th fret of the B string. This is our flat third because this is a minor chord. Okay, so that E sharp, it turns into an E. And yes, E sharp is real. Okay, so from there, we're going to get our third finger. Okay, I want you placing that on the 4th fret of that D string. Okay, it's going to be yet another G sharp. Okay, and from there, pinky finger goes on C sharp, 6th fret of the G string. I want you to strum all 6 strings, do the best you can. Just like that. So again, our tonal centers for C sharp minor, we have C sharp, we have E, and we have G sharp. And we have that G sharp there in the bass. Okay, so let's go between those 2 chords. Just like that. Let's do that again. Now from there, we're going to go to our 4 chord. So we just played our 1 chord and our 6 chord. Now we're going to the 4. In this case, it's major. Okay, so it's going to be an A major. So tonal centers here, A, C sharp, and E, the 1, 3, 5. How I like to play this, I like to get my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger, okay, placing them on the 2nd fret of the D string, G string, and B string respectively when we are looking at the notes. What notes are we playing? Because it's important to know the fretboard. Those of you watching the riff rundown know how important it is, right, to know the notes on the fretboard. This fretboard, it's a map, okay? So we need to know how to read it. We need to know the notes that we're playing. So we're going to get our 2nd finger here. That note is E, so that's our 5. We're going to get our 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the G string. That's A, that's our 1. And then we have our pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, which is C sharp, which is our 3rd. Strum from the A string downward. Just like that. And there's your A chord, and there are the notes that we know that now build it, okay? So there it is. From there, we're going to go to our 5 chord. This is going to be a B7, all right? So how we're going to do this, I like to use these 4 fingers here. So we are going to get our 1st finger, placing that on D sharp, 1st fret of the D string. 2nd finger goes to play B, okay, so it's going to be the root of our chord right there on the 2nd fret of the A string. 3rd finger goes down on the 2nd fret of the G string, which is an A, which in this case is our flat 7 of the chord. Pinky finger plays F sharp. That is going to be here on the 2nd fret of the E string. Okay, so that's our 5. So strum from the A string downward, and there's your chord. So we're going to do here, we're going to play this nice and slowly. This is one version of how to play this progression, okay? So 1, 6, 4, 5. Here we go, nice and slowly. So with some vocals, okay, to give it context, something like this. Dream, 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 dream. Okay, so we kind of get the idea. Now I'm playing it a little bit on the slow side. The Everly brothers did many versions of this. Some were kind of fast and some were slowed down a little bit. So I encourage you, check out the different versions. It's really, really cool. So that's what's happening there. I would say it's probably the easiest way to play that because we only have the presence of 1 bar chord. So in watching the Everly brothers play, I noticed that there was a lot of kind of thumb action. So we're gonna try this. I figured it's a cool way to play it. So what we've got here is E major is going to stay the same. Now, we do here. This is a really cool move I saw them do. So your thumb, you're going to place it across the 4th fret of the E string and the A string. So there's your G sharp and your C sharp respectively, okay? And then with your 2nd finger, you're going to play the E. 3rd finger, you're going to play G sharp at the 6th fret of the D string, and then your pinky finger, 6th fret of the G string. So that's one way to play it. I don't find this to be incredibly comfortable, but they did play it this way as well. So you could do that. I kind of prefer the bar chord, but again, I try to get as close as I can to how they played it. So that's one way to do that C sharp minor over G sharp. You could do it the way that they did. And then going up to A, this is where this can be kind of cool. If you're a really big fan of using your thumb, when you go to A major, okay, you can do this. So you just move that thumb that was playing the E string and the A string, move it up a half step. That G sharp becomes A. That now becomes the lowest note of your A major chord. And then from there, you go to the 5th fret of the B string, E, 6th fret of the G string, C sharp, 7th fret of the D string, E. And you can do that. And then to play B, you would just bring this up a whole step, thumb at the 7th fret of that E string, okay? And then you have 7th fret B string, 8th fret G string, and then 9th fret of the D string. So we still have that B, D sharp, F sharp, but we're playing it with our thumb on that E string. So you could choose to do that too. I'm gonna play this slowly. It's gonna look like this. Okay, so that's how they did it too. So that's one option. Next option is that A chord we would turn into a bar chord as well as a B chord. If you wanted to make it a B7, all you do is lift up that pinky finger and you can do that. So that sounds like this. If you really want to stick to a bunch of bar chords. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to play all 3 versions of that progression, okay? So that's going to sound like this. Version 1 with predominantly open strings. Here we go. One more time. Follow along. Okay, now let's do the Everly Brothers version, okay, with those thumb chords. So now thumb chord version, here we go. And now bar chord version 3. So I encourage you, find the one that you like the best and use that when you play it, all right? So there's 3 versions for you. Figure it's plenty to work on, all right? So now we do this a bunch of times. We sing dream, 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 right? And that gets repeated, and then we get into the verse, da, 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 da. Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 right? So that repeats, repeats, repeats. I believe it's 9 times. So that happens, okay? And then we have a really beautiful little turnaround that happens before we get into the bridge, all right? So that turnaround sounds like this. In context, I'm gonna do 1 pass of the 1, 6, 4, 5 progression. So turnaround looks like this. They're already chords you know, except 1 new one, but it's an E7. It's fun. We lift up a finger and then we add 1. So it goes like this. Dream, 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 dream. That's the turnaround. So it's an E and an A and E7, all right? So how that goes, we know E already. From there, we're gonna go to our 4 chord, which is A, back to E, then we're gonna play an E7, okay? That is leading us into the bridge. So from that E chord, how do we play an E7? So one thing you can do is you can lift up that 3rd finger out of the way. So thinking about the notes that are in this chord, we have an E, we have a G sharp, we have a B, but we also have a D note, so D as in dog. That is the flat 7. So 1, 3, 5, flat 7 is what builds that 7th chord. So you could easily do this and just play it like that, all of the strings, because you're satisfying the 4 notes just by lifting that one finger out of the way. So we are replacing that E note with the D note. So if you want to give it a little more sparkle, which is how I like to play it, okay? Place that pinky finger. We're going to play another D note, but we're going to play it up here, okay? 3rd fret of the B string, grab that with your pinky finger. Still keep that 3rd finger up so we have those 2 D notes there. Okay? Has a little more lift, a little more sparkle and shimmer, so. Sounds pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do that, turn around, and then for context, we'll add it to a line of the verse chorus, okay? So here we go. Just the turnaround. A, E, E7. Let's do that again without the commentary. We'll do it a couple times. Okay, that's what's happening there. So, for context, let's go ahead and play. Let's play a couple lines of the verse, why not? So here we go. Work on those chords, why not? So dream, 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 dream when I want you. Here comes our turnaround. Just like that, just like that. So that E7 leads in to our bridge. Let's go ahead and do it. I'll play it first, and of course I'm gonna talk you through it. So here we go, bridge. From that E7, okay, and then into that verse section. So, a lot of familiar chords, some we haven't played yet. So let's go ahead and learn them all. So what we've got here, we're gonna just open that bridge with the A major chord. You could choose to play it as an open chord, or as the bar chord, or as a thumb chord. I'll leave it up to you. I like how big and open and chimey that open A chord is. That would be my preference, okay? So that's what I'm doing there. From there, we're gonna go to a G sharp minor. So this is our minor 3 chord in this E major song. So how we play this, first finger, okay, across the 4th fret of all 6 strings, okay, no crooked fingers, nice and straight, okay, just like that. 3rd finger is going to be placed on the 6th fret of the A string, okay, so just like that. And then our pinky finger here is going to be on the other G sharp, which is going to be on the 6th fret of the D string. So can't forget. So that D sharp, G sharp, and G. Okay, so G sharp, B, and D sharp, those are the tonal centers of our G sharp minor chord. So just like that, strum it out. From there, F sharp minor is going to be the next chord. So lucky for us, G sharp and F sharp are a whole step apart. For the case of us guitar players, right? That's going to be 2 frets. So what we're gonna do now is this shape, we can very easily just move it back 1, 2 frets. There's our F sharp, 2nd fret of the A string. 3rd finger is now at the 4th fret of the A string, so 2nd fret, E string. There we go, F sharp. That's where that lives. 4th fret of the A string, C sharp. Okay, so that's our 5, and then we have another F sharp. It's going to be just underneath it, the 4th fret of the D string. Strum all 6 strings, please. Just like that. Okay, so that's gonna get half the measure. So we have F sharp minor. And then for the next half, okay, it's gonna go to that B7. So this one we have played before in that verse. And then we're gonna go to E, and then we're gonna split that. So 2 parts E, and then the other 2 parts E7. So let's stick with that first, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'll play through the turnaround for context, and then I'll kind of hum along the verse so we can see where we're at, okay? And again, folks, don't forget to click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, it really does help me out a lot. So here we go from the top, the turnaround E major. Dream, 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 dream. Ah, da, 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 da. Hear it coming together. Let's do that again. Top of the turnaround. Top of the bridge. 1, 2, 3, A major. There it is. So, second half of the bridge, okay? We go back to that A, we go back to that G sharp minor, but now the F sharp minor is gonna be different. We're gonna turn it into major. So, we've got A. So, only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming, ma-da-da. Okay, so what's happening here? That F sharp minor that we played earlier, right? That's the minor 2 chord. But what happened is now it's turned into a major 2, which is an F sharp major. So what happens, that A turned into an A sharp. Okay, and all we do from going from that F sharp minor, okay, to an F sharp major, just put that second finger down, okay, on that 3rd fret of the G string. So that's our A sharp, because we're building an F sharp chord, okay? From there, we go to B7. Simple as that, all right? So we're gonna take our time here. I'm gonna call out the chords. We'll do this bridge a couple times so you get the hang of it. So I'll call out the names of the chords, and then after a while, I'll just kind of hum it along without the commentary of the chords, okay? And again, I'm gonna play this nice and slow, because we can't play anything fast, we can't play slow, folks. So here we go. Top of the bridge, A major. 1, 2, 3, 4. A. G sharp minor. F sharp minor, B7. E. E7. A. G sharp minor. F sharp major. B7. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, A. G sharp minor. F sharp minor, B7 to E. A. G sharp minor. F sharp major. B7. Da 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 da. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. Verse, I love you so. Da da da. Da da da, whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. There's that turnaround. Okay, and then leading into that bridge. Isn't that great? So really beautiful, beautiful song. Great stuff, great stuff. So let's do this. Let's go through, let's play through the whole thing. We got the time, let's do it. So again, as I always say in these lessons, we can't play anything fast and we can't play slow. So if it's too much to look at this song as one big chunk, no problem. Take it in chunks. Look at the verse, chorus, intro section. Okay, great. Look at that. Get those chords under your fingers. Okay, take your time. Then look at that turnaround. Then combine them. Okay, cool. Feeling confident. Great. Then go to that bridge. Take it line by line, chord by chord. All right, so you can absolutely do it. I'm rooting for you. So let's do this. I'm going to call out each of the parts. We're going to start from the top, okay, and hum it along. I know most of us know how this song goes, so I encourage you, hum along. I'm going to play it just a little bit slower, all right? So play along. Let's have some fun. And again, choose any of those versions of the chord that you like. If you don't want to do the open chords, you want to do the bar chords, you want to do the thumb chords, totally up to you, okay? Again, we're supposed to be creative. This is fun, okay? We're playing guitar because it's fun. So start from the top here. You can do this. Let's play together. Top of the song, 1, 2, 3, 4, E. Dream, 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 dream. Dream, 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 verse. All right, I'm going to do thumb chords. Bar chords. All right, we're gonna do our turnaround. Here we go. E, A, E, E7. Bridge, A. Da 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 night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. Verse, E major. And again, we go into another bridge and then the verse and then it fades out. So that's the entire song, folks. Again, really wanted to do one for the beginners out there. I like to keep things, you know, for everyone, This is good stuff. So again, a really, really beautiful song. So much fun to play. And again, take your time. We can't play anything fast, so we can't play slow. Enjoy the journey. Make the time to enjoy the journey. We're all students of the craft. I mean, myself included. I am humbled by this instrument every day. I'm constantly learning new things. So don't forget to enjoy being a student. It's pretty great. It's one of the coolest things in life is to be a student and learn things. It's wonderful. So take your time, go part by part. And I encourage you, if you're not really comfortable with bar chords, take your time and use them. You can see how they can come in pretty handy for a song like this. So really take your time. It's a really fun song to play. Really, really fun song to play. As always, I want to thank my friends at Fishman for helping me do these lessons week after week. It's been such a blast, you know, getting to play some of my favorite songs and teaching you guys how to play them. It's really good stuff. And most certainly, I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for being so kind to one another in the comments. As I mentioned earlier, we are all students and it's a really beautiful community that we're building here. So thank you for being so cool and so kind. I see it and I appreciate it. So thank you all so very, very much. And as always, just wishing you so much success on your musical journeys. have fun playing music. It truly is a gift and makes the world a better place. So play a lot of music this weekend, folks. And as always, just wishing you so much success and sending you all the good vibes. So take care, everybody. Play a lot of guitar this weekend.